better. I think I should be ready to go by tomorrow.
Russ, Coach told us, he said last night that he might miss you more than any player he's ever coached because you can make him laugh in tense situations. Does that surprise you from all that you've been through here that you get to that point to say that?
Kind of, but I know if I got a chance to like perform, I had a feeling that, you know, maybe he'll lighten up a bit. But my high school coach, Coach Kern, I kind of had that effect on him as well. And a few of my coaches will tell you the same thing. But Coach P's, me and our relationship is truly special because his aggression and his mean face kind of is always on the basketball court. But off the court, when you get to know him, he's like a truly fabulous, happy-go-lucky person. But in between the lines, he's really serious. And sometimes it's hard to, you know, kind of break that barrier. But I think we've done a great job just being able to work out what we need to work out and focus on winning.
What do you think about your career here from the very beginning to now? How are you different as a person, much less as a basketball player?
Wow, it's amazing. You know, I got a lot of my boys from high school here, and they're coming to my senior night, and they'll tell you, you know, the way I was in high school, the way I was now. I actually apologize to them for the way I played in high school because I didn't realize how much of a detriment I might have been to the growth of our high school team back then. The way I was to the player I am now, I felt like I could have done a lot more things differently, even off the court. So just being able to recognize the way I played and recognize the way I was as a teammate and the way I was as an immature person to now, I felt like I've made a lot of strides.
How do you want to be remembered for what you've done here?
I just want to, straight like that, I just want to be remembered for exactly what I've done here. You know, I don't really want to be remembered next to any kind of player. I just want to be remembered in a class of my own for what I've done. And I don't want to be compared to anyone because it's unfair to compare myself to anyone or to compare someone else to me. If people could just say, you know, Russ was here, Russ was fighting for, won the championship, and mention a lot of the other things I've done, I'll be truly satisfied with that.
Do you think tomorrow you'll get emotional being this senior day?
I feel like I definitely will, considering everything that's just happened. You know, what I've been through. I've been through a lot, and stuff that I've been through, not a lot of people could go through. A lot of people would have quit. People would have, you know, may have lost their game along the way, may have lost their confidence. But the way I kept my head up, the way I've always fought, nobody could do that. Not a freshman, not a sophomore, not an All-American, not anyone. Nobody could do that, and it was all me.
What's that say about Russ Smith?
It says that I'm tough. I have a mental capacity to get better by any cost. You tell me to play defense. That's the reason why I played my freshman year. I'll break the steals record in half a game just play. You tell me to be more efficient offensively. I'll raise my field goal percentage up. You tell me I need more assists, better turnover ratio. I'll raise that too. I need to shoot a better 3-ball. I'll raise that too. Whatever you need me to do, I can do it. I need to run a team. If I need to play PG, spell anybody, I can do that. Anything that needs to be done, I've done it. It's amazing that I'm shooting 47% from the field. I've never in a million years thought I'd shoot that out of field goal percentage. So even to average almost 5 assists is a reach for me, and I've done it.
Russ, you have the Final Fours and the championship, obviously, but how would you collectively describe this group of seniors that you're a part of right now?
You know, we're a bunch of winners. We do everything it takes to win, and a lot of our guys don't get enough credit. This class doesn't get enough credit. You know, Van Treese contributes to his team in ways that a lot of people would go home upset. You know, they'd be upset because they won in the box score for a point. But Van Treese does things for us that without him we lose. Tim Henderson, there's no championship without Tim Henderson, and that's point blank period. And Luke Hancock, there's definitely no championship without Luke Hancock. And it's just really amazing what this group has been through, and for us to come around. Even Gorgie, what Gorgie's been through, the just the doubters. I mean, it's amazing.
How did you all kind of stick together in those early years? I mean, both getting yelled at by coach, and then, I mean, did you all kind of lean on each other for support?
This class, excluding Mantrice and Luke, when I came with Bullet and Gorgie and Tim, we all told each other, like, we said nobody thinks anything of us, and nobody could care less about us. So we have to make this place something to, remember. And we all said that. And Bullet was one of the most optimistic, and he was always in my corner, and he still is to this day. We're still very close friends. Gorgie's been in my corner the day I started playing, and he's always been that angel in my ear, just telling me something if I get down, to kind of hold my head. If I need to get picking up, he always pick me up. And even Tim, when I'll come out, most times I'll go there at the end of the bench a lot, because that was my sanctuary my freshman, sophomore year. And when I just need to get my head right, I'll just sit at the end of there. I can always count on Tim or like guys like David to just get my head straight, and I'll go back and ready to play. But we stick together a lot, and that's been important in our growth.
What was the point? Coach calls you ridiculous. He was saying there have been a lot of exchanges on the bench between you two.
Right.
What was the point when you realized? I mean, I've heard him. When he tells you, and I won't dress you for the next game if you do this. When do you realize though that? I mean, he's coaching you, but at the same point, he wants you to go out and play and do what you do. Because I mean, the first year you were the scorer. I mean, you were the offense.
I realized that if he's yelling at me like that, then I'm obviously, stabbing myself. He wouldn't yell at me like that for no reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure the time that I've been playing extremely well, I wasn't getting, dogged out like that. So when he does that, I just take it all in, and then I just go back out there and try to perform. But it's really tough because it's a lot of pressure that sometimes you might have to deal with. But to be a big-time basketball player, you have to handle big-time, adversity and big-time criticism, and that's what I do.
What will you miss most about Louisville?
I'll definitely miss the fans. I miss the support. I miss Coach and all the coaches that was here with me during the run. I miss my teammates. Just the city. I'll still be here, come back. So the city will always be here, but just the support and the love that I'll get from playing, I'm unsure if I'll ever get that again. I mean, I've got a tremendous love and support.
Is it fair to say that you've been underestimated a good part of your career, and has that helped you, and will it help you in the next level, trying to make the next level?
I've been underestimated my whole life. I've always been told I couldn't do something, and then when I go out and do it, I can't do something else. It almost leads to the point where it's frustrating. It's like I can't even describe it. I don't even think anybody can describe it. I don't think you understand how frustrating it is for someone to say, I don't look to get my teammates involved, or I'm selfish. It's crazy, but what I do here and the way I play is all for the love of the game, and the next level, hopefully, I get an opportunity because I just play to win. Whatever needs to be done gets done, and the proof is written.
With that, being able, with everything that you're going through these past couple of days, reflecting, does that make you glad that you came back for your senior year, to have that opportunity to say goodbye?
It makes me extremely happy, not only to just say goodbye, not only for the fans, but for me as a person. I still strongly stand by my theory on leaving early. I mean, if it doesn't look like you're gonna go, first round, and if your family's not in need of, financial support, it truly makes no sense to leave, because you're just gonna go second round, and the contract could possibly not be guaranteed, and the money will always be there, hopefully, if you don't get hurt. But if you go back and get an education, I'll always have something to look back on. I can do something I've always wanted to do off the court, and and I won't have to play catch-up, or I won't have to backpedal when I'm 30, 35 years old. So for myself, I'm extremely happy with the decision. And as a basketball player, you know how competitive you are when you grow and develop. I wasn't scared to come back because I was afraid to fail. I knew I was going to have a better assist to turnover ratio. I knew I was going to shoot better. I put the work in. A lot of people doubted me because they probably never put the work in. So it's sad to do that. But when I made the decision on coming back, I had strong intentions on improving everything that I had deficiencies of. So I'm happy.
How much of a dream is the NBA for you? And if you were going to give a sales pitch to an NBA scout about why they should pick you, what would you say?
Excuse me, can you repeat the first part?
How much of a dream is the NBA for you? And if an NBA scout was listening to you now, what would be your sales pitch about picking you in the draft?
The dream of playing in the NBA, it didn't really come about to maybe my senior year in high school, but it never really was anything in my head because I was always a realist. I realized what was going on in high school and our record and other people in the country, how tall I was, but I just wanted an opportunity. And then with an opportunity, I wanted another one. And then I wanted a better one. When I had a mid-major or low major schools recruited me, I wanted a high major. If I had a high major school, I wanted the highest of the high majors. If I had a pretty good coach call me, I wanted the best coach to call me. So I was always trying to get the best opportunity to put myself in a situation. After my sophomore year, I honestly thought I was unstoppable. I just came off the Final Four. I was one of the leading scorers, but I had to put into terms that I wasn't too efficient. I wasn't too much of a good guard. And then I seen guys that I grew up with go to the NBA, and I didn't understand it until now. And that's what made me go leaps and bounds and stride as far as my efficiency and shooting and to just try and get better. When you have friends like Deron Lamb in the NBA, somebody you grew up with, Tobias Harris, got guys like Kimba, and you look and you're like, wow, you used to eat with them, you used to sleep in the same room with them, and you want what they have. So for a guy like me who puts the time and effort in the gym, I'm going to work hard regardless, and I know I'm going to get better with the minutes that I play, which is good considering we have a talented team. But the time that I play and my production, I think is tremendous in comparison to a lot of the other players in the country, and that's speaking from the heart. I think that my increase in my shooting, my increase in my assists, just the productivity, and then if you go by the numbers, the winning numbers, I'm pretty elite in that category as well. So if you want a winner, I mean, I don't know who would you look at other than a winner. That's facts.
Time for about one more.
Russ, if you look at the other night, as many great performances as you had, but was that maybe one of the most satisfying things because in the second half you were sick and you didn't take bad shots like you would have maybe last year?
When you come from just a place where a time period where you were just able to just take bad shots and just run around and have a heat check be a fadeaway, I kind of learned from all of that, and I just decided that if I'm just going to take all good ones, and whatever happens, happens. But I just tried to play as hard as I could, and I told coach before the game, if I'm sick, man. If I'm out there looking like I'm probably going to lose the game for you, man, I have no problem being out. And I felt like yesterday was one of probably the best second half I've ever played. From just the standpoint of just all the variables that I had to go through and how I had to fight just to be able to kind of stand up. And not many people can, let alone get out of bed when they're tired. I had to get out of bed. I had to keep eating even though I didn't want to eat. I had threw up already like 2 times before that, so it was really tough. And then to throw up, to almost almost throw it on the court and I had to hold it almost for like 3 minutes. That was pretty crazy. I don't think a lot of people could do that.
I'm sorry, in the interest of time, we've got to